My name is Thash, you're watching the Journal Explorer, and this is 24 Hours in Bratislava. So, in a slight difference from all my other previous 24-hour city vlogs, I'm not actually in Bratislava yet. In fact, I'm not even in Slovakia. I'm still in Hungary, in Budapest. If you've watched my previous videos, you probably know that I'm in Budapest for a couple of days, and I decided to take a day trip into Bratislava. It's usually a two and a half hour train journey, and it's very cheap as well. It's about £15 for a return ticket from Budapest to Bratislava. Unfortunately, at the moment there's engineering works going on the line, so whilst it's usually just one straight train, you have to change trains at the moment at a place called Sob, I think it is. So instead of being a 2.5 hour journey, it's actually now a 3 hour journey, which still isn't bad. It's still just an extra half an hour each way. But yeah, very excited to go to Bratislava. This will be my 32nd country, which is quite a big thing for me. I don't think I'd be going through these countries as quickly as especially when the pandemic started as well. So yeah, really happy to be going towards Bratislava today and adding another country to my list. So we've just switched onto our second train, and my sister is loving it. And why is that?
Because we're on the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah, like we've got our own little carriage here. It's very fancy. So we're just at Sob, which is the border town between Hungary and Slovakia. So next stop, Slovakia. So I thought I should give some facts about Slovakia whilst we're on the way there. Slovakia used to be part of a country called Czechoslovakia, and then it split in the early 90s to Slovakia and Czech Republic. I've previously been Czech Republic, so essentially I've completed the country now, I guess. The main thing that you should know is when you are traveling to Slovakia from Hungary is that they both have different currencies. Hungary is the forint and Slovakia is euros. So I'm sure if you're European, you probably have lots of euros lying about all over the place, so it shouldn't be a problem. And Bratislava is the capital city of Slovakia, if you guys didn't know. It's actually one of the smallest capital cities in Europe. I think the population is only about 400,000, so yeah, very small capital city, but still very excited to see it. I believe we've crossed into Slovakia, but I have no signal, so I can't confirm this. What are your first thoughts?
There's barely anyone around.
Yeah, we are still somewhere out in the sticks.
Look, there's cars.
There's a town in the distance somewhere over there. I don't know if you guys can see. But yeah, we've got another hour and a half on this train, and then we'll finally be in Bratislava. So we finally made it to Bratislava after what was about a 3 hour journey. We were both really tired, and we had to wake up at 6 a.m. to catch our train at 7 a.m. and it's now 10 a.m. so yeah, both really tired, and hopefully we can find a cafe or something just to have a bit of food and coffee. But yeah, we're walking down from the train station towards Bratislava Castle. It's about a half an hour walk, and we're going through parts of the old town of Bratislava. The road we're on right now has a lot of embassies on it, so we've just walked past the Romanian embassy and the Dutch embassy, and to our left I think we're about to see another embassy, which is it's the embassy of Russia. I was just walking down the street and I saw this abandoned house with a tree growing out of it. Not something you see every day of the week. I wonder how long this house has been abandoned for a tree to start growing out of it. We've made it to Bratislava Castle, which is right behind me. Sort of really elegant, sort of white building. Looks a bit different to your stereotypical castle, which is sort of stones and sort of turrets and so forth. This looks a bit different. It's a bit more pristine, shall we say. I did a bit of research online, and I found out that whilst that you shouldn't probably visit the castle inside, you have to get tickets to visit the castle, and apparently it's just not worth it according to the various reviews I've read online. There's not a lot to see, so you're better off just walking around the grounds and sort of seeing the garden, which is all free to see. The great thing about the castle is that it sits on the banks of the river Danube, which flows all the way from Germany into Ukraine, crossing many countries along the way. It's also the same river that goes into Budapest, and yeah, you can see how sort of the castle fits in with like the surrounding landscape. Looks really good. And fun fact, Austria is right next to Slovakia. In fact, if you look over there in the distance, you can see a bridge, and that bridge represents the border between Austria and Slovakia, and those hills you see in the backdrop are all part of Austria. And what's so great as well is that Vienna, which is the capital city of Austria, it's very close to the border with Slovakia, and so you can easily visit Bratislava and Vienna in the same day if you wanted to. So we're just walking through Bratislava at the moment. We came across an interesting memorial. There used to be a synagogue at this area, which looked a bit like what it looks like on the photo over there, but in the 1960s it was demolished to make way for that bridge that's all the way over there. It's a bit of a sad story. Even despite massive public outcry, the synagogue was still demolished. On this map you can sort of see an idea of how the area looked before the bridge was built, and the sort of remnants here of the synagogue to give like a memorial of the place. I guess this is a major problem in sort of cities, especially European cities these days, that have a lot of history and culture. Luckily in the UK, most historical buildings are protected, so there can't be sort of new construction over there. But in other cities, I guess in Eastern Europe, where there isn't as much protection, it's quite sad because all these historic buildings are getting sort of demolished to make way for new modern buildings, which I guess is needed in society, but it's always good to maintain the old buildings. We've just come to the main square in Slovakia, which is called Havlane or something. For all avoidance of doubt, that's how it's spelled. I have no idea how it's pronounced. But yeah, it's a lovely little square. It looks very European. In fact, there's loads of embassies around the square as well. And there's a lot of like nice restaurants and places to eat around here. So definitely if you are here, make sure you come and visit the square and check out any of the restaurants that are nearby. So we've just come to Bratislava flagship restaurant, which is supposedly one of the largest restaurants in all of Europe. Apparently it's a must-see when you come to Bratislava, so we're going to have lunch here and see how it is. If you want more information on the restaurant and want a particular review on what we've ate here, make sure you check out my sister's food Instagram, The Food Diary by Saj. In front of us we have Michael's Gate, which is a part of the old town of Bratislava. Unfortunately, at the time of filming, as you can see, there's a lot of restoration work going on, so we can't access it. So you are able to visit the top of the gate. I think you have to pay €5 per person to get to the top, and from the top of the gate you're supposed to get really good views of the whole of Bratislava, including the whole old town bit. So yeah, really good views and really good photo opportunities. Hopefully when you guys visit, it's actually open. So behind me, on the other side of the street, we have the Blue Church, which is one of the most famous landmarks within Bratislava. It's a very unique thing. I don't think I've ever seen a church in a blue colour before, so it's very unique. So definitely check the church out if you're in Bratislava. You can enter it whenever you want, apart from if there's service going on, which I think happens 3 times a day. So apart from those times, you can visit whenever you like. What do you think of the church?
It's nice. It just doesn't look real.
Yeah.
I think it looks like one of the churches you find in Vegas, but I don't know if that's a mean thing to say or not.
I feel like she's stretching a bit with that. In my opinion, it looks like the church was made out of Play-Doh. Some kid got Play-Doh and designed it, and they were like, you know what, that would make a good church, and they just built it.
You know, like a kid like swallowed like blue paint and just sneezed all over.
Yeah. Sorry for being a bit rude, but
it's just a bit out there.
yeah,
It doesn't quite fit in here.
Yeah, it just doesn't really fit in with the rest of the sort of, as my sister said, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the scenery around here, but still something different, as I said. So just walking through sort of an underground mall in Bratislava, and one thing I've noticed is that there isn't a lot to do around here. It feels a bit boring, if I'm honest, and I mean, I'm only here for a day, so I guess I'm not complaining too much, but I guess if I wanted to make a sort of a bigger trip out of Slovakia, it'd be good to sort of visit the other parts. One thing I really want to do is sort of see the Carpathian mountains, which sort of take up the whole of north of Slovakia. It's supposed to be really beautiful, and I think the mountains go to about 2,500, 2,600 meters, so it'd be good to see those one day, but unfortunately I don't have the time to see it in this trip. So yeah, that was Bratislava. We're about to head back up to the station to catch a train back to Budapest, so we've got a 3-hour journey ahead of us. What did you think of Bratislava?
It's alright.
It's definitely, as I said, it's definitely one of the more quieter European capital cities. There weren't a lot of people about. I mean, it is a Tuesday lunchtime, but there weren't a lot of people about, and I feel like there isn't much to do around here. But still, it's a nice city, but I can't imagine spending more than a day here. I feel like a day trip is perfect. Anything more than that, you just get super bored. Do you agree?
Not too much.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and like and do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one.